and let me all wish you a very happy 60th, 600 meeting that we are celebrating today. So I have a story to share. Are you all ready to listen to the story? Do you like listening to stories in the morning?
Yes.
Super. So, okay, so there was this man who lived in South Africa and he owned a farm. It was not a very big farm. It's just about a few acres, and it doesn't earn him a lot of money, but it earned him a living, so he got by. He manages to live okay, but he never got to be able to retire on it, or he never actually would have been, being rich if he was to live on the farm. So what he decided, so he was seeing that other people around in South Africa were extremely successful. He had heard about a lot of stories about how people in South Africa were actually going and discovering diamonds, and he wanted that little piece also. So what did he do? He also went in search of diamonds. And how would he go? So what he did was he sold his farm, and he left his family for the neighbors to take care, and he went in search of the diamond. He spent the next several years touring the whole of Africa, claiming in different places where he thinks, he could have found diamonds, but it didn't quite work the way he had planned. So after a few years, he ended up having spent all his money. And what happened? After he sold his farm, he spent all his money, and then he had no money at all, and but still he had not found a piece of diamond. So depressed, and what does he do? He commits suicide. Yeah, it takes a dark turn. Now it gets worse. Remember, he had sold his farm to a friend. So this friend, one day when he was walking by the farm, and there's this little creek that goes through the farm. So as he was going through the creek, passing by the creek, he finds a glint of light coming from the river or that creek. So he goes down to the creek and he sees an object, a dark black object, but there's some kind of light that is coming through it. So he goes and picks up that object and says, "Hey, this looks nice. Not a very nice, but a big stone. Why don't I just put it on my mantle and we leave it over there?" So one day his friend visits him, and he goes up to the mantle and he asks him, "What is this? Where did you get this piece of stone?" So this person who bought the farm tells him that, "Yeah, I found it in the creek that is there in my farm, that flows in my farm, and I thought it looks nice and I got it here." So the friend goes and picks up the stone and he looks and he says, he almost faints actually. So he says, "Steve, do you know what this is actually?" So Steve says, "No, this is a diamond, man. And it could be one of the biggest diamond ever found in South Africa." Steve says, "What? Are you joking? There's so many stones like these on that creek, in that creek. What are you saying?" So sure enough, that was the largest diamond ever found in South Africa. And that farm happened to be the largest diamond mine ever. So imagine the man who sold the farm to go off searching for diamonds was actually living on one of the biggest diamond mines in the whole country, but he never knew because he didn't know how to look for diamond. He didn't know that, the diamond actually lived in a rough and rugged way, and that it needs to be polished to actually get the glitters out. So now the two interesting facts. It is the one is that it is a true story, and another is how this can be applied to your BNI department. For example, I'd say that you are a farmer and you're living on this farm, which is our chapter. We all want diamonds, right? In terms of referrals and business. Now we could go away to another place thinking that, this is not the right place, we're not getting enough referrals, or we could stay here, and what we could do is, probably work with the people who are here, and actually train them to see for us, for our business, what kind of referrals we need to train them. So how do we do this? Do one-to-ones amongst our members and tell them what to listen to for what kind of referral that you need, and to ask the right questions, and how to get you the business. You don't need everybody in the group, right? You just need a couple of people in the group. So what are the kind of people that you need? You need the great power buddy, so that he can actually look for diamonds for you, rather than you wasting your time and trying to find diamond elsewhere. So do you want to sell your farm and go off searching on a fool's errand, or do you want to stay here and find that dream referral or a diamond that is actually lying below your nose and you haven't yet found it? Thank you so much. Over to you,